What's good, everybody? It's your boy Eddie here, and welcome back to the channel. And I hope you all are having a wonderful day, and I also hope you enjoyed some of the footage that I took from the NYC Fear of God Athletics pop-up shop. It was an absolute phenomenal experience, and I really enjoyed the vibe that they was going for within the atmosphere. So it kind of had this gothic-like vibe with some interesting choices of architecture, as you guys saw within the footage. But what I really enjoyed the most about that pop-up shop was the fact that I got to see some people that I haven't seen for a very long time. And big shout out to my son D. I appreciate you, bro, as well as giving me that whole experience within the atmosphere. I definitely didn't know I was gonna even see you there, so that was an amazing experience, and shout out to you, man. And with that being said, y'all, let's just get right into what you guys came here for, which is not other than the Adidas and Fear of God Athletics 1 basketball shoe in the carbon colorway. And overall, my first impression of the shoe in hand is that it is absolutely amazing. It actually reminds me of a modern version of the Air Jordan 11. Please let me know if you guys see what I'm talking about, because it definitely has that vibe to it with the kind of laces right here, as well as that toe box. And it's kind of more obvious when you look at the carbon and sesame colorway, because with that sesame toe box, you would be able to see what I mean when I say it resembles an Air Jordan 11. But it is what it is on that, guys. Let's just quickly go over the box details, because this is a very luxurious vibe that this sneaker is going for. And then when you look at this box right here, you can see that it's a simple beige box. However, it does have the sticker tag of the shoe right there, and it does read off as Athletics 1 basketball, and the colorway shown is carbon, carbon, carbon. So it's basically a triple black shoe other than that beige midsole. And then when it comes to sizing, I went with a size 8.5, and Jerry Lorenzo also recommended to go a half size up. So my main true to size is a size 8, and I wasn't allowed to try the shoe on within the pop-up experience, but after putting them on at the house, an 8.5 was perfect. So again, make sure that you go a half size up with the sneaker and you'll be totally fine. The comfort is actually pretty nice, and I don't want to say it's boost, but it has this kind of squishy feel to it while also feeling firm. So it's definitely a comfortable ride based on what I felt. So next, when you actually open the lid of this beige box, you're greeted with another box, and this is where you start seeing the Fear of God DNA actually be placed onto the box. So when you actually look at the center of it right here, you can see that we do have that 3 stripes with that Fear of God font, and I think that actually looks really clean. And then when you go onto this side of the box, you can see that tan Adidas logo right there, and it kind of meshes in with the same color of the box. And then once you open this lid now, this is when you start seeing some more premium stuff, which is going to be this Adidas wax tissue paper. And then you're finally greeted with this nice Fear of God Adidas foil, which is standard to the Fear of God DNA. If you guys ever copped any Fear of God sneakers or the Nike Fear of God ones, you would know that it does come with the same premium foil. And then once you open it, what I do like about this one is that it has this kind of Velcro feel to it, and it looks and feels very luxurious. And then once you go inside of this foil paper, you can see the sneaker, but it is wrapped in some more wax tissue paper, which again speaks to that premiumness and luxurious feel of the shoe. That concludes the box details. So now, in focusing onto the history of the sneaker right here, Fear of God was founded back in 2013 in Los Angeles by Jerry Lorenzo, who was actually one of Kanye West's protege, alongside Virgil Abloh, of course, and Don C. And pretty much the whole design philosophy around Fear of God is to create timeless pieces, meaning that if he was to create a piece in 2018, that same piece would still be wearable in 2023 and further beyond. And personally, in my opinion, I think Jerry Lorenzo was able to achieve that with the Fear of God brand, especially with how he was able to create his sub-brand Essentials, which is a cheaper version of what Fear of God is. And pretty much everybody wears Essentials, even I do. It's literally become a staple and icon within the culture. And the same thing can be said with the original Fear of God line. Now with the Fear of God Athletics line, which is backed by Adidas, we do have something that falls in between the high luxurious point of the Fear of God price point, as well as the more cheap and affordable Adidas line. I think it falls right in the middle of it, because when you look at some of the pieces, you can see that some hoodies are $200, $300, $400, $500. But if you actually look at a regular Fear of God hoodie, not an Essentials hoodie, it is pretty much a little bit more expensive than that. Even the pants fall in that range and all that type of stuff. So I think with the Athletics line, the Essentials, and the original Fear of God brand at the top, I think that Jerry Lorenzo was able to create a pyramid that pretty much falls in line with every demographic, with Fear of God being at the top and at the highest price point, Athletics being right in the middle, giving you that half luxurious and half sport vibe, and then finally at the bottom being Essentials, where pretty much everybody can access that, and there's a lot of pieces made for it, and it's not as limited. And that sounds pretty timeless to me, because when you look at it, every market is being satisfied with a product, and that is what Fear of God did. So big shout out to Jerry Lorenzo. I do wish that this Fear of God Athletics line was able to come out a little bit faster since joining Adidas back in 2020, and that is pretty much the complaint from everybody. But I'm not buying the sneakers for the hype. I'm buying it for what it is, which is a high quality shoe, as well as having some very sport vibes to it. So with that being said, guys, that's going to conclude the history of the shoe. So now when focusing onto the details of it, when we actually look at this toe box area right here, you can see that we have this reinforced mesh on the toe box, definitely giving vibes with the Air Jordan 11, but again, it is what it is on that. Then moving towards the top of the shoe, you can see that we have these very nice rope laces, and it does come with a 3-stripe Fear of God lace lock, which is pretty nice. And at the top, we do have this zip tie right here, which pretty much adds more form fitting or something that can make the shoe feel more snug if that's what you want. Because remember, this isn't supposed to be a lifestyle shoe. It's actually meant to be a basketball shoe with a luxurious take on it. Then when we go towards the top of the shoe, you can see that we have this adiprene material right here, which actually goes from the top of the shoe all the way onto the inside of it. And I have to say, guys, in this Achilles area, it's very well padded and very comfortable once you put it on feet. And moving on to the lateral side of the shoe right here, you can actually see that we do have the 3 stripes right there. And as you guys know me, I love when Adidas does this with their brands, such as the Yeezy brand, where it's not thrown in your face like, oh, 3 stripes, Adidas, 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 Adidas. It just meshes well with the shoe. You probably wouldn't even know that this is an Adidas shoe unless you were hip to the culture, as many of you who are watching this video are. But there is some small branding of Adidas, which is located where probably the mudguard of the shoe would be. But again, the whole bottom of the shoe is just a midsole and outsole, which is pretty nice. And then when focusing back onto the back heel area of the shoe now, this is where you get some Fear of God branding. And what I love about Fear of God is their simplicity. Then when going onto the medial side of the shoe, the same thing pretty much follows suit, so there's nothing to report right there. And then when just focusing onto this midsole, guys, this is a big staple within Fear of God sneakers, whether it be a white colorway or sail colorway midsole. This was always within the Fear of God DNA. This is not something that they're copying from Nike. And now when going onto the outsole of the shoe right here, we have that beautiful herringbone traction pattern, which means whether you're using this sneaker for basketball or lifestyle, you're gonna have that nice grip between your foot and the floor. And with that being said, guys, there's one more thing that I have to show about the shoe. And we do have this beautiful insole right here, and it is made out of that high quality material. So as you can see, we do have some hairy suede right there. And then right below that Adidas logo, it does say something in French. So please excuse me for butchering this, but I think it says La Marque aux 3 bandes, which pretty much means the brand with 3 stripes. And that's exactly what Adidas is. With that being said, that's gonna conclude the history as well as the details of the sneaker. So now let's get right into this on full look, guys. Alright, y'all, so that's going to conclude the review as well as the on full look, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did making it for y'all. Definitely let me know what you think about the Adidas and Fear of God Athletics 1 basketball shoe in the comment section down below. I definitely think it's a dope shoe and has potential to be a grail in the future, but I want to know what y'all think about this sneaker in the comment section down below. So other than that, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, share with your friends and family and all that, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.